And welcome to today's session of Yoga for Strength and Vitality. How are you doing? How are you doing this month of November? It's a time of year before the holidays when we are oftentimes moved to think about gratitude a little more often. So let's just have a seat or remain seated if you are seated in a comfortable cross-legged position, perhaps a half lotus or a full lotus if you wish. And having your eyes closed, sitting with a reasonably straight back. Take a deep breath. Just throw the exhalation out. And think about somebody or something, an occasion, a thing that you are grateful for today. Really let it sink in. Perhaps allow it to soften your face. Maybe paint a little smile on your face. And then notice the feeling you get when you're grateful, when you think about being grateful. And gently blinking your eyes open. Kindness is gratitude in action. I read that in one of my yoga books this morning. Kindness is gratitude in action. So this is the month of November, the month of Thanksgiving, and we have many reasons oftentimes to express our gratitude to ourselves and to others. So one of the things is we know yoga, we study yoga, we are able to practice postures. Just having the physical condition and the body to practice postures is a wonderful thing, and it is a big reason for me to be grateful for. So without further ado, let's start our poses. Start seated with some circles of the torso. You can close your eyes and just begin your movement slowly, the way your body wants to move, with the Sufi circles. And switching directions in the opposite direction. And bring the left hand down onto the mat next to you. Maybe you can bend your elbow, bring even your forearm down. And with the inhalation, bring the right arm up, stretching up high and arching above your head. Aiming to keep your sit bones and your legs, your knees connected to the mat if you can. And inhaling up and exhaling right away onto the other side. And releasing up. Lower the hands, let the hands rest on your knees, sitting with straight back, eyes closed, pausing for a moment. And let's do Yoga Mudra, a wonderful pose to increase humbleness and a sense of devotion. Clasping the hands behind the back. If you like, you can even bring your palms together, stretching the shoulders even further. Inhaling, arching back, looking up. With the exhalation, bending forward, lifting your arms behind you, trying to guide your forehead onto or towards the mat. Lower your arms up to your back. Inhaling, sitting back up. Pausing for a moment with eyes closed. Let's stand up. Beginning with our standing poses. Tadasana, feet hip width apart, lifting the toes up, fanning the toes out. Place them down, feel your weight is evenly placed on all four corners of your feet. Cupping the belly and the lower back, lifting up the front, pushing down the lower back. Then bringing the arms up, palms up, and bring the arms behind you, just an inch, lifting your sternum. And you can feel how the upper back straightens when you do this. Slowly bring the arms down to the side, bring the palms in, 2 fingers at the chin, pushing the chin back. Pausing with your eyes closed, notice your posture. Tadasana, the mountain pose. And let's do 5 full yoga breaths. Inhaling through the nose with the exhalation, bending forward, hands towards your feet. With the inhalation, rising up, gazing at a focal point as we come up onto the toes into a V. And exhaling forward, timing your movement with your breath. In general, in yoga, when we stretch up or go back, we inhale. When we bend forward or go down, we exhale. And one more time. Stretching up, filling the lungs with oxygen. Coming onto the heels, palms at the chest, pranam, centering position. Your elbows are relaxed. Close your eyes. And prepare for a standing half moon pose. So bringing your ankles closer together, unless balance is a challenge, then just keep them apart. Inhaling, arms up, left hand in front of the right, thumbs are locked. Stretching up on the toes, reaching up. Exhaling onto the heels and bending sideways to your left. Your left hand can actually bring that upper arm, the right arm and hand back by the ear. Great pose to stimulate the function of the adrenal glands, which is so important for many hormonal functions in our bodies. And releasing the pose with an inhalation coming up. Let's do the other side right away. So bringing the back hand forward. Next inhalation coming up onto the toes, reaching up, stretching up, exhaling onto the heels and sideways to the right. Now you can actually bring use your right hand to bring that upper arm back by the ear. Your gaze can be straight ahead, and when you're solid without a balance issue, close your eyes. And releasing with an inhalation, stretching up on the toes, reaching up onto the heels, arms to the side, and pausing again. Let's sit to the front of the mat. We'll do like a variation of our sun salutation. So get to listen to the instructions because we'll do a couple of different things. Starting with hands at the chest, centering position. With the inhalation, reaching out and arching back. With the exhalation, open the arms out to the side, palms down, swan diving forward. With the next inhalation, sliding the hands up the lower legs, holding onto the shins right below the knees. Straightening your back, torso parallel to the floor. With the exhalation, sliding down again. So that was the change. Stepping back with the left foot into a big lunge, looking up. Right foot back into high plank. Holding high plank, then coming down onto knees, chest, forehead, and with your inhalation, sweeping up into cobra pose. With the exhalation, curling the toes under, moving up to downward dog. For the inhalation, left foot forward, lunging, looking up. Right foot forward, hips are up, head is down. And inhaling, arms out to the side again. Reaching up, palms together, arching back, and exhaling forward. Swan diving again, arms out. This keeps the back nice and straight. Inhaling, sliding up, right under your knees. Exhaling, sliding down, hands next to your feet. And right foot back with an inhalation, lunging, looking up. Left foot back, high plank pose. Exhaling, knees, chest, forehead down. Inhaling up into cobra. Exhaling to downward dog. Inhaling, right foot forward, lunging, looking up. Exhaling, left foot forward, hips are up. Inhaling, arms out from the side, arching back and palms to the chest. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply. And we'll do another round. Just like that, this way. All right, inhaling, reaching out, arching back. Exhaling, swan diving forward. Inhaling, hands up on your shins, straighten your arms, looking down. Exhaling, sliding down, hands next to your feet. Inhale, left foot forward, the left foot back, lunging, looking up. Exhaling, right foot back, high plank. Take an inhalation. Exhaling, knees, chest, forehead down. Inhaling, sweeping up into cobra. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunging, looking up. Exhaling, right foot forward, hips are up. Inhaling, arms out to the side and up. Palms together, arching back, and exhaling forward again. Swan diving forward. Inhaling, sliding the hands up the lower legs, straighten your arms. Exhaling, sliding down, hands next to your feet. Inhale, right foot back, lunging, looking up. Exhale, left foot back, high plank. Inhale, knees, chest, forehead down. Exhale, and inhale up into cobra pose. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunging, looking up. Exhale, right foot forward, hips are up, head is down. Inhale, arms up, sideways, palms together, arching back, and palms together at the chest. And double inhale, double exhale, or breathe deeply. Regulating heart rate and breath rate. The sun salutation is a wonderful way to incorporate different poses, different stretches in kind of one routine. So if you have, if you're pressed for time, sometimes you want to do postures, but you're pressed for time. If you do a couple of sun salutations, you incorporate many different poses and you get a lot of benefit out in a short period of time. So let's work on balance. Placing one foot in front of the other. Heel is touching the toes. Weight evenly placed on both feet. You can have your hands out in your peripheral vision. That helps if balance is a challenge. Crossing forearms, placing the hands on the shoulders. For the opposite side, bring the opposite foot forward. Focal point is the most important in all of our balance poses. And ideally, your focal point is at eye level or above. And releasing, feet side by side. Let's keep the feet actually hip width apart. And I'll do a little exercise from Tai Chi, just swaying the arms. You can close your eyes. If you've been with the yoga center for a while, you've done it many times. Just without effort, letting the arms fly, swaying from side to side, loosening up. And slowing down. Still being mindful of Tadasana, the mountain pose. Straight back, squared shoulders. Straight, strong, and tall. Pausing for a moment with eyes closed. And we prepare to do a tree pose. Weight onto the left foot. Bringing your right foot up wherever you comfortably can. Might be. And at your lower leg, inside your thigh, on top of your thigh, whatever you comfortably can do. Focal point, hands out in your peripheral vision if you need to, or palms at the chest. I am calm, I am poised. Let's do the variation where you bring your right hand, let it rest on that bent knee, and bring your left arm up, stretching up, standing straight and tall with that arm up by the ear. I am calm, I am poised. And let's lift the right arm as well. You can bring your palms together above your head. And to come out, lower the hands to the chest. Lower your foot. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath or two. And let's move on to the opposite side. Weight onto the right. Everything on the other side. I am calm, I am poised. I always enjoy doing variations when I do the tree pose, sometimes other poses, but you stay with a pose where you can hold it in comfort and in stillness. So stay where you are perhaps, or move into the variation. Left hand is resting. Maybe you can hold a mudra with your fingers on the knee and the opposite arm up by the ear. I am calm, I am poised. Can stay here or lift both arms, palms together above your head. Slowly release, lower the arms first, then lower your foot. Pause with eyes closed. Into the front of the mat again. We'll do a jackknife with the inhalation, lifting the arms up by the ears, stretching up on the toes, getting even taller, and then swan diving forward. So bring the arms, palms down the side as you slowly lower onto the heels, keeping the back straight as long as you comfortably can. Just hang forward. Your choice to be still, or maybe sway your hips from side to side, or swing your arms. Move your shoulders. And let's reach around the back, clasping your hands behind your back, lifting the arms up as you guide your torso and head closer to your legs.
Lowering the arms onto your back, sliding your hands down your legs. Just hold it in stillness for another moment, for a breath or two. And then bring your left hand to the outside of the right leg. And bringing your right arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. Engaging both arms in the twist. You feel a twist in your torso. And slowly switching to the other side. Lower your right arm to the outside of the left leg. Everything on the other side. And slowly lowering down. Place the hands next to your feet. It's okay to bend your knees for this if you need to. Let's step back to a downward dog. So the fingers are spread, big hands for this. Left foot back and right foot back. And take time to adjust. You can pedal your feet, stretching one heel down, opposite heel up. Great stretch for the area behind the knee where yogis believe we store a lot of nervous tension. And a great stretch for the calves. And then finding the spot where you can hold the downward dog in stillness. Hips are up high, chest towards the knees. And lifting the left leg up for the three-legged dog pose. Bending your upper knee and open the hip to the left by lifting that knee a little higher. And slowly lower your left foot and raise your right. Bending your upper knee, open the hip to the right. And lower your right foot as well. Holding the downward dog just a little longer, breathing deeply. And we'll do a vinyasa or two, which is a flow of poses. With the inhalation, coming to high plank pose. So lower the hips down to high plank, pulling the shoulders back. Stay here for a moment. Navel to the spine, engaging the tummy to protect the lower back. With the exhalation, let's come down. It's called Chaturanga Dandasana. It's almost like a push-up. Lower down, bending your elbows, and then coming either into upward facing dog by placing the tops of the feet on the mat, looking up, or you can do cobra here by having your knees and your thighs on the mat. And with the next exhalation, we move back to down dog. So curling the toes, lifting the hips up, moving back to downward facing dog. A very strong and strength building sequence. I'll do that one more time. Let's time it with a breath, inhaling to high plank. Exhaling Chaturanga Dandasana. So bending your elbows, lowering down almost to the mat, tops of the feet on the mat. Alternatively, cobra. Inhaling to upward facing dog. Exhaling to down dog. Lower the knees onto the mat. Knees are about hip width apart, tops of the feet on the mat. Pushing yourself back, sitting on your heels for extended child's pose. Forehead on the mat, relax into the pose. And let's come up onto hands and knees. We'll do cat-cow. So make sure your fingers are still spread. There's a lot of weight on the hands and wrists here. Knees are under the hips. The wrists are under the shoulders. Rounding your back like an angry cat. With the next inhalation, sagging down, moving the hips out, looking up. And again, exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, sagging down, looking up. And a couple more times with your rate of breath. And let's keep the spine in a neutral position, looking over your left shoulder to your hip. And over your right shoulder to your hip. One more time left. One more time right. Let's bring the left knee to the forehead. Lifting your leg behind you as you look up. And bending your elbows towards the mat, forehead to the mat. Knee back to the forehead, onto the mat, and right knee to the forehead. Lifting your leg, looking up, and bending your elbows to the back, forehead to the mat. Knee back to the forehead, onto the mat. Let's do cat-cow again, rolling your back, and inhaling, sagging down, looking up. And sitting on your heels again. Stretching into extended child's pose with arms in front of you, forehead on the mat. For the hip pose, I will double my mat because I have a hardwood floor. I have pretty bony knees, so if that's a trick that you can maybe do as well if you have a hard surface where your mat is on. Bring your forehead close to the knees, reaching back, holding onto your heels, and rolling on top of your head. Yeah, great stretch across the upper back and shoulders. Next exhalation, releasing your hold, moving the hips down again, pausing for a moment in the child's pose. Let's also do the long hair. So coming up onto your knees again. So bring your forehead away from your knees a few inches more, holding onto your ankles and bringing the lower legs close to your body as you roll on top of your head. It's a great pose because it gives us a lot of similar benefits that we get doing a doing a headstand. And for most of us, it's not that easy to do a headstand. So this is a lot easier and safer to do with similar benefits. And slowly lowering down. Staying in the child's pose just a little longer, breathing deeply. And coming up onto your knees, we'll do a camel pose. So you can curl your toes under to bring the heels up a little higher if you need to. Left hand to left heel, right hand to right heel. Moving the hips forward, arching back. Or alternatively, if that's too much of a stretch, you can bring your left hand over your sacrum, right hand over the left.
arching back, looking up to the ceiling. And slowly releasing, bring the hands down in front of you, curl the toes under, back into a downward dog, just briefly without making adjustments. And then walking your feet towards your hands. Have a soft bend in your knees, placing the palms together, rising up bone by bone. Palms to the chest. Pausing with your eyes closed. Let's do a triangle sequence. So stepping the feet apart, nice and wide. Insteps parallel to each other. Arms up for the classic triangle, palms forward. Inhaling, arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward. Left hand to left leg or foot. Trying to center your head in between your feet. And reaching up with the right, looking up past your outstretched hand. Palm forward towards the head. And then bring your left hand on the floor in between your feet. About half a foot or a foot forward. Both arms are straight. And looking up again past your outstretched hand. Slowly lower the right hand to the leg. And lifting the left arm up, looking up. Right hand on the floor in between your feet. Both arms straight again, looking up. And taking this into a center unicorn, clasping the hands behind the back, lifting the arms up and lower the torso and head down just a little more. Feeling a great stretch from the back of the legs through your back into your shoulders and arms. To release the pose, bring the hands to the waist with the inhalation coming up. Gentle arch back. And keeping the feet apart, we'll also move into an extended side triangle, moving your left foot out at an angle. So the left foot is pointing one way, and the right foot is pointing the other way, pointing forward. Both arms are up, palms down, reaching to the left. And when you cannot reach any further, lower your arm. Your hand can be somewhere on your lower leg or on your ankle or even on the floor. Opposite arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. And lower your right hand as well. Both hands are next to your left foot and lifting your right leg behind you for balance. Finding balance either with your tops of the fingers, the fingernails still touching the floor, the mat somewhat. You can also hold onto your ankle with one or with both hands. You can also bring the palms to the chest or any other arm variation that you might like. Focal point on the floor. Strong balance pose. And let's take that into Ardha Chandrasana, the balancing half moon.
Bring your left hand down, right hand to the waist. Turning the body sideways, so shifting your focal point to the side. Lifting your arm if you can. Looking up past your outstretched hand or straight ahead. Slowly lower your hand, lower your foot next to the other. Soft bend in the knees as you place your palms together, rising up bone by bone, palms to the chest. Breathing deeply. Maybe double inhale, double exhale. And let's separate the feet again for our extended side triangle. Arms up. And now right foot out at an angle. Right foot is pointing sideways. And leaning to the right. Lower your hand when you can. The opposite arm up and looking up past your outstretched hand. And lower your left hand as well. Both hands are framing your right foot, finding balance on the right leg, lifting your left leg behind you. Take time to move into your balance pose. And then for our balancing half moon, Adha Chandrasana, right hand down, left hand to the waist, turning your body sideways, shifting your focal point, perhaps even dorsiflexed upper leg that helps us to engage more muscles, and lifting your arm when you're ready. Slowly, first lower arm, then lower your foot. Knees are bent, palms together, rising up as you inhale, palms to the chest, and breathing deeply. And it's time to sit down and lie on our back. Some simple inversions. So lifting the legs up perpendicular to the floor, getting the arms really close to the body, perhaps even tuck them under your body a little bit. Rotating feet and ankles. And then with some momentum, bringing the feet over your head, supporting your hips with your hands for a simple inversion. You can stay here or move into a shoulder stand if you like to walk your hands up your back until your body's in a straight line from your shoulders up. Moving to a parallel plow, lowering your legs, parallel to the floor. Releasing the arms behind you, palms flat on the mat. Into a full plow if you wish, by lower the feet further down. Bring the arms around your head, encircling your head like a halo. You can also do ear closer, bending your knees by each side of your ears. And for this, stretching the arms behind you again, palms and forearms flat on the mat. Moving back into a plow or parallel plow. And let's roll out or bridge out. Bring one leg over at a time. Counterbalance with the other, or coming down bone by bone. Hugging your knees, rolling from side to side. Bring the arms out from your shoulders like a T, palms facing down, keeping the knees close to the chest. Take an inhalation with the exhalation. Lower both legs, both bent knees over to the left. Inhaling up to the center and exhaling to the right. Moving back and forth 2 or 3 times, rolling on your back. Hugging your knees, rolling from tailbone to the hip 2 or 3 times until you come up to a seated position. Let's start with head to the knee pose, keeping your right leg out, bring your left leg in. So your left foot is inside the thigh, hands resting on your outstretched leg on the thigh. Inhaling, lifting your spine with the exhalation, sliding forward. Keep that outstretched foot flexed if you can. And stay wherever you need to. Could be your lower leg, could be your ankle. Maybe you can reach your foot, 2 hands holding the upper third of your foot. Take a deep inhalation here, pulling your shoulders back, and with the exhalation, folding forward. Left and right and all around, life's harmonies are mine, is the affirmation for head to the knee. Slowly releasing the pose, sliding back up, sitting with a straight back, hands on your thigh for a breath or 2. And then switching legs. Right leg in, left leg out. Having your outstretched leg straight in front of you and in line with your hip. Instead of out to the side, it's straight in front of you, hands on the thigh. Inhale, lifting your spine. With the exhalation, sliding forward. Inhalation, releasing the pose, sliding back up. Pausing for a moment with hands on your thigh, eyes closed. And straighten both legs for the posterior stretch. With the inhalation, lifting the arms up by the ears, stretching up high. And with the exhalation, bending forward. Try to keep your head in between your arms as long as you can. Then letting your hands come down either onto your legs or onto your feet. Pulling the shoulders back. Inhale again, and with the exhalation, folding forward as far as your comfortably can go.
And releasing the pose as you inhale, sliding back up. Pausing with hands on your thighs, eyes closed, sitting with a straight back. For the inclined plane, bring your left arm back and your right arm back. You can make variations with your hands if you need to, having your fingers towards you instead of away from you, if that's better for your wrists. We can also do the pose on your forearms. For the next inhalation, lifting the hips up, aiming to have the soles of the feet on the mat and letting your head rest back if comfortable. And slowly lower down, walking your hands back up and sitting with a straight back, eyes closed. And we'll conclude with a half or full spinal twist, so bringing the knees up. Reaching down with the right hand to the left ankle, bringing that left leg, that left foot underneath the right, left foot to the right hip. And stepping the right leg across to the outside of the left knee. I know that's quite an instruction. And left elbow and shoulder pushing against the right knee from the outside. Left hand behind you on the floor. You can hold mudra with your left hand if you like. Looking over your right shoulder, looking back behind you. Now, if you like to bind the pose, bringing your left hand from the outside around underneath your right knee, and your right arm reaches around. See if you can maybe touch fingers or even clasp hands. And again, look over your right shoulder and look back. Slowly releasing, bringing your right arm forward, uncrossing your legs. And let's move on to the other side right away. Left hand to right ankle and slide that right foot underneath the left to the left hip. And stepping the left leg across to the outside of the right knee. Left hand behind you. If it's too far back, we're leaning. We're not sitting with a straight spine. So have the hand fairly close to your body. Right elbow and shoulder pressing against that knee from the outside. Perhaps holding mudra if you like. Twisting, looking over your shoulder and looking back. Try to keep both sit bones seated on the mat. And to bind the pose, using the right hand from the outside underneath the left knee, left arm around you, clasping hands or touching fingers, and looking over your shoulder, looking behind you. Slowly untwisting, releasing the pose. Straighten your legs, and before we move into deep relaxation, let's do another lying down relaxation pose. So the knees are bent, open the knees to the side, placing the soles of the feet together, lying on your back. Keeping your right hand on your navel, your left hand on your heart. And let's do a little bit of mindful breathing with your eyes closed. Take a deep inhalation and a deep and slow exhalation. Feel how your breath is rolling through your body. Now, if you find this comfortable, just stay as you are or make adjustments for deep relaxation. There's another stretch or two you like to do before you do deep relaxation. Be my guest, do what you like. And then coming to a comfortable position on your back. Take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, just let the breath go. Just throw it out of your mouth. Perhaps do it again. And then moving into deep relaxation by seeing, feeling, or imagining a soft white mist-like light entering your room. It moves towards you and gently surrounds your beautiful physical form. The light lifts you up and it feels like you're floating on a cloud. Invite this light to enter the toes of your left foot, toe by toe. Moving into your ankle, left lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now guide the slide into the right foot, one toe at a time. Right ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs are completely relaxed. Now guide the healing light into your torso, entering your abdomen, filling the stomach, moving up into your chest. Now allow this light to move deeper inside, touch you at a deeper level. Moving up, encircling your beautiful heart, expanding out and filling your whole chest with this healing white light. Now guiding this light into your back, relaxing away tension from your lower back. Moving through the middle, into your upper back, relaxing all tension away. Now guide this light into the fingers of your left hand. Into your left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Guide it into your right hand. Right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. As peaceful light moves into your neck and throat, like a wave flowing into your face, relaxing your jaw, filling mouth and lips, entering your nose, your cheeks, moving into your ears, touching your temples, moving into your eyes and into your forehead. This peaceful light moves inside your head, inside your brain, melting away thoughts and feelings. It leaves your body through your head once more surrounding you, expanding out and filling your room with your peace. Expanding out further and leaving your room. Your peaceful light of consciousness moves through the city, over houses and trees, over oceans, mountains, and continents, into space, to infinity, keeping you completely relaxed and completely in peace. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy. Gently preparing to guide your consciousness back. Bring it back over houses and trees, back into your room, back into your physical form. Energy consciousness enters your head, fills your brain, moves down into your face, feel it behind your eyes, down your neck and throat, into your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Vitalized energy and consciousness fills your torso from your chest, down into your stomach, all the way down to the hips, thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes. Moving fingers and moving toes, wiggling fingers and wiggling toes. Let's bring the arms out and up, stretching up. Double inhale and double exhale as you relax down. So then again, double inhale, intense. And double exhale, relax. Energized, relaxed, revitalized through Hatha Yoga and deep relaxation. Rolling over onto the side and sitting up. Let's stretch the left ear to the shoulder and the right ear to the shoulder. Chin to the chest. Looking up to the ceiling, chin up to the sky. And making circles with the face or head and neck rotations 3 times each direction. Let's bring also the hands on the shoulders, lifting the elbows up high, making circles with the elbows 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. And as some seated ocean waves, inhaling up and exhaling down. One more each side. And let's bring the arms out, stretching up. Inhale. With the exhalation, palms together to the chest. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to say namaste, which means my soul bows to your soul. I honor the higher self in you. Meditation with Bharata is coming up in just 30 minutes. It's a really great class, and it's always a treat to have him introduce a meditation practice and then oftentimes play a recording of our yoga master Ramakrishnananda. And if you're not signed up for it, there's still time. Go on the website, go on the members page, and sign up for that class. And I'm looking forward to being with you again next Wednesday at 4. Namaste.